Here I am, squeezing through a hidden tunnel beneath the streets of Paris.
So I'm under Paris right now, right?
Wow.
This is so interesting.
You see, this is a map of Paris, and this is the illegal underground tunnels below the streets of Paris. I'm on a mission to meet the Cataphiles, a selective group of Parisians who've made these underground tunnels their refuge from the world above. But why? What drives them into darkness? Tourists to Paris may think they've seen the Catacombs, a neat and tidy 1.7 kilometres that's more like a museum, is open to paid customers, but beyond that, there's a 300-kilometre labyrinth closed off from the public. Some come for the thrill, others to disappear, and some to live a life completely cut off from the surface. It's illegal, unpredictable, and unlike anything you've ever seen.
So interesting to experience. Insane.
So why do they do it? What are they hiding from? And how do they keep this hidden world alive? I'm not just here to explore the catacombs. I'm here to uncover the truth about the Cataphiles, to find out why they risk everything for this hidden life beneath the city.
All right, here's the situation. I'm in Paris, and I've heard all the stories about these secret tunnels underground called the Catacombs, where people live, throw parties, right below our feet. But getting in, well, that's the hard part. You can't just walk in. You kind of have to know someone or get a little lucky. And this happens all in one of the most beautiful and touristic cities in the entire world. Right below me right now, 20 meters down, there's probably someone walking around with a lamp in a secret part of an underground city that you're not supposed to know about. People who wander these underground tunnels are actually called the Cataphiles. And my mission today is to actually meet them. So here's how I'm gonna do it. It's called Le Plan. So what is Le Plan? So option one is talk to locals. They might have tips or know someone that's possibly connected to the Cataphiles, because this is pretty much a secret society and it's really hard to get into. Option two, tourist route. So I'm going to go on a tourist tour, but with a twist. If I'm going in with a pro to the catacombs, surely they might know someone who can actually get in there, right? Or we have option three, which is pretty much just hope for the best. And if none of these options work, well, I'm pretty much stuck, but if it does, things get a lot more interesting.
Step one, asking strangers. Paris is famous for many things, incredible sights, 5-star cuisine, luxury shopping, but Parisians aren't exactly known for their friendliness towards tourists. With step one being to ask strangers if they have any leads for me to get into the secret part of the catacombs, I'd need to hope that this stereotype is not exactly true.
Yeah, I want to know about the catacombs. Do you know much about
I've never been.
You've never been?
No.
But do people have parties down there? and stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of parties. Even homeless people who don't get a place to sleep. Or
Really?
Everyone knows about it. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, there's people dying there.
Oui.
It's not. It's nasty, you know. But I don't know personally any people who've been there.
Do you know much about the catacombs?
There's like 6 million dead bodies or bones, right?
Really? You've seen them go into the hole?
Saw one couple, it was a boy and a girl that went down, and the police followed them, but I guess they blocked the cover.
They evaded them.
Yeah, I also heard about people that have sort of raclette parties down there,
Oh,
eating cheese, I guess.
jeez.
Wait, what? Cheese parties in the sewers?
It's so much harder to find someone who knows anything about this than I thought. Like, so much harder.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like kind of secretive about it.
Yes.
I don't want to talk.
Yes, there is parties sometimes, I think, but it's kind of dangerous because it's not controlled. No, we all know about it, but I don't think anybody went there. I heard that you actually had to have a special guide and you need to know somebody.
So you wouldn't know anyone at all who could go down there or anything?
Oh, I know some people who would dare to go down there.
Dare to go down there?
Yeah.
Good. It is really hard to find anyone who kind of knows more about this. It feels like it's been like hidden in a way, doesn't it? It feels like everyone's like, we know about it, but we don't want to know about it. I feel like the people who are in the know, and the people who aren't are kind of kept on the outside. That's kind of what it feels like right now.
It's almost like these locals know as much as we do.
Yeah.
But they're from here.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you really have to know someone to get down there.
I don't know how I'm going to do it
How are you
then.
going to do this?
I personally thought it'd be as easy as asking like 5 or 6 locals and someone would be like, yeah, my friend goes down there. Because it's so massive.
Yeah.
So it turns out this might be harder than I thought. Parisians seem to know about the catacombs but haven't been there.
Is there parties? Not for you.
mostly because they themselves don't know how or are too scared to go alone.
Have you ever been
Yeah, once a month I.
down there?
Yes, it was anxious.
Anxious.
Yeah,
we-
and that was you are Fremont.
Like tight?
Yes, and you're buried on the ground. You are walking on a really tiny
Corridor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes there is water on your knees.
Wow.
Although, yeah.
Yeah, and there is a lot of skull. There is skulls.
Skulls?
Sometimes, yeah.
So you grow up in Paris. Everyone knows about it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know anyone who could take you down now?
No,
No.
I'm sorry.
We'll have to find
okay.
somebody.
We'll find someone. Everyone's telling me you need to know someone who knows someone.
But no one knows anyone.
But no one knows anyone, which actually might be a good thing because it's pretty dangerous. So it might be a good thing that not everyone can go.
Yeah, but we want to go.
We want to go.
But just as I was about to give up hope and move on to step 2, I ran into one of the more unique characters that I've met on my trips.
Do you know any stories or?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you go across the street,
Yeah.
there's a manhole cover over there.
Over there?
And if you open the manhole cover
Yeah.
and you go in there, you can go through the tunnels and the dungeons and get to the catacombs. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Wow. There might even be a party there now.
They do parties? They do parties in there.
Oh, yeah. You don't know about the tunnels under Paris?
No, I'm asking you.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I might try.
Scary. Go at night.
Scary?
Go at night and go on Halloween. One night I came over there, I saw these people getting out from the manhole cover.
That's
I don't know.
There's one there then.
Don't go in there, really. It's disgusting, a rat. I mean, really.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You know,
Thank you.
it's bad enough here.
Well, I guess that at least confirms that the stories are true. I'm not sure how reliable the source is, but hearing stories of the Cataphiles climbing out of the manholes on the very street that I was standing on at least confirms that this still happens in Paris in 2024, and that there are people who might be able to take me down there. I just have to find them.
So I'm really starting to think about like why this is so, I guess, secretive and why no one really knows much about it, or at least they're not telling me if they do. So I think from here, we probably have to go to the next stage of the plan. But I really want to know why. Why is this so secret? How do the people live down there? How does this work? What are the people like that actually go down there?
Step 2. I got in contact with one of the leading funerary archaeologists and creepy Paris history enthusiast, Victoria, to take me down into the open and accessible tourist area of the catacombs, both to see what I was in for and to see if I could find any more leads in the process. But before we headed underground, I had to ask, how did this maze of tunnels and bones come to be? This is what she shared. The Paris catacombs originated as limestone quarries used for above-ground construction. These large quarries and tunnels stretched beneath the city, dating back to Roman times. By the late 18th century, Paris faced a public health crisis due to overcrowded cemeteries, particularly the Cemetery of the Innocents, where decomposing bodies contaminated nearby wells. To resolve this, the French government began transferring all these bones to the abandoned quarries, creating the ossuary now known as the Catacombs. Over the next 2 years, all of the remains from the cemeteries across Paris were moved underground. The catacombs were open to the public and became famous for their arrangement of millions of skulls and bones. Today, only a small portion of the 200-mile or 300-kilometer tunnel network is accessible to visitors. The rest of the tunnels are forbidden to explore, even though the Cataphiles might think differently. Oh, wow.
It's very neat, very organized. If you look in the back, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Right. They just basically just threw the bones in there, and then in front they built a very organized wall to keep that from falling.
It's not every day you come within an arm's reach of this many human skeletons. And while Victoria showed me around, sharing the unique history of the catacombs, I still had so many unanswered questions about the people who live down here.
Why would people want to live down here? Why would they want to live in a place that has so many dead bodies?
Well, the thing is, most of the catacombs don't have dead bodies. Most of the tunnels, they're empty. We have a small area in which you can see bones, but the people who actually frequent the forbidden catacombs, most of the time they're not around bones.
But in the part that you can't access as a tourist, people have like parties.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been to a few.
You have?
Yeah, quite a few years ago when I was younger and I wasn't as wise.
Yes, you definitely wouldn't want to go in there unless you had someone who knew where to go, right?
Definitely not.
So it's very dangerous.
I got lost there once. I was stuck there for like 9 hours.
What?
I think there are lots of stereotypes, right? So definitely they have this notion that a cataphile is like someone who's excluded from society, someone who can't really find their place here. I wouldn't say there is like one specific type of cataphile. I've met all kinds of people in there, Some people go for the adventure and others just feel like, they don't really have a place out here and there. They can find a group of friends that feel equally as excluded. Most people who go to the catacombs, they just want to party or have some fun or, do some type of adventure. Definitely there are people who fit the stereotype, but, it's just a stereotype.
It's a stereotype, yeah. So what are the people like down there? I hope that I can find out. Oh, we have to pay. How do I pay? How do we get the bill? So I've been traveling around Europe lately, and one thing that's made my life so much easier is my Holofly eSIM. So I got their regional plan, which covers over 30 European countries, and it also gives you 1 gigabyte of hotspot every single day. The best part is, once you've got it, you are set for your entire trip. There's no hassle of buying a new local SIM every time you enter a new country. So I've been bouncing around European cities like Paris to right here in Belgium, and my connection has stayed solid the entire time. And you're online the second you land in the airport or step off the Eurostar. No waiting around for the airport Wi-Fi or hunting local SIMs. I just get off the plane, open my phone, turn it on, and I'm good to go. Unlimited data, no roaming charges, and you can also match the days you need on your plan to match your trip. Meaning you can start posting photos of the Eiffel Tower straight away. So no matter where I am, I can check maps, I can look at reviews for restaurants, and I can even watch YouTube.
Are you watching your own video?
No. It's just one less thing to stress about when you travel, which is always a win. So yeah, if you're doing a trip to most places around the world and you want to stay connected the whole time, definitely check out Holofly's eSIM, or you can get a regional option if you're thinking of spending a bit more time in one area. So make sure you use my link in the description bar below or the QR code somewhere on the screen here, and use my code Josie for 5% off your next Holofly eSIM. With no leads from someone who is literally obsessed with this part of Paris, I'm starting to think that this might be an impossible task. I had heard the Cataphiles were secretive and that this world was invite only. So now all that was left to do was hope I had a chance encounter. And I guess sometimes that works.
Yes, Josie, I can take you there. I can take you to the catacombs.
So we can go down?
We have to make sure to be as discreet as possible in order to protect this place.
A local legend and veteran cataphile had heard that I wanted to document the cataphile lifestyle and invited me down, under strict conditions to keep my entry points and the identity of those that didn't want to appear on film a secret. Now, all that is left between me and the meeting of the cataphiles that live under Paris is a few hours and a few cataphile essential items. A headlamp, something warm, and a bottle of rum to act as a peacemaking gift between myself, the annoying tourist YouTuber, and those who would be deciding if I was welcome at their party and in their world. Despite spending time in places like Afghanistan or Aceh province in Indonesia, it's safe to say an illegal descent into hidden tunnels with random strangers known for their eccentric behavior is well outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, Leo has given me the invite, but really I know nothing about these two people I'm with. But as we bought bread for the others at the party and searched for the entry point, I really feel a feeling of pure acceptance. Hopefully, a sign of things to come.
Wow, it's so dark. It's so much darker than I expected. Wow, you can't see anything really.
Yeah, we are in a tunnel. There are several tunnels.
Yeah.
And inside one of them, there's a hole in the ground going in the catacombs.
Okay.
There we go.
It's a lot longer than I thought. A lot of walking along the top.
Then we have to walk underground the
Same amount? Yeah, okay.
In the water.
In the water, okay. So now we're looking for the entrance, which I won't film, but it's here somewhere. We have to find it.
After locating one of the secret points of entry, one that the special cataphile-focused police force haven't sealed over or filled in with concrete, it's finally time to do it. to descend into the catacombs of Paris with a true cataphile and seek out a famous cataphile party. And I heard a rumor that years ago they did like really big parties in like the 70s and stuff. Is that true?
Yeah, more in the 80s, 90s,
yeah.
But still today there are very big parties.
Still today? Wow. Why did you choose this lifestyle?
I just had a friend who offered me to go, and I loved it immediately.
Yeah?
And it's a kind of piece of nature in the center of Paris. Yeah. So when you want to get out of the crowd, it's a great place to just lift up a manhole cover and you're alone in the world, and this is really nice.
Do you prefer being under here or above there?
I love being underground.
Yeah.
But you cannot live there because of the humidity. It's 14 degrees Celsius, but there's 98% of humidity, so it feels cold.
Okay.
That's why there's no homeless people living underground.
Oh, they only go there to stay and then come back?
Yeah.
Descending in was tight, tough, and absolutely pitch black. One wrong move or accident, and I don't know how I would get out of here alive. Remembering back to Victoria, who was lost down here for 9 hours, I can immediately see how easy that would be. Yeah, cool. How do I ask if you're okay in French?
Ça va.
Salma.
Ça va.
Salva. All right, I am in the first part. It is so much lower than I thought. Wow. Let's head a bit further in. You can't really stand up yet. Oh yeah, it's wet. I see. Insane. Okay. Woo. It's down to my top of my legs now. At this point, it's probably important to make note that Leo is incredible for inviting me to do this. This is not something that tourists or YouTubers are allowed to be let in on. Maybe Leo could see my desire was not to make a look at me, I'm in the catacombs video, but to meet people and understand their culture. In this case, the Cataphiles and their reason for doing what they do. I'm grateful to Leo for taking this risk with me to hopefully make these connections with Cataphiles and hopefully to help them accept me into their circle. Bonjour.
Hello.
Bonjour. Hello. So is that like their spot?
Yeah, this is the spot of the young ones.
They like that area? Now, Leo can't and won't take you into the catacombs, but she runs incredible tours of Paris with her exceptional knowledge as a true local that has done it all in this city. You can find her in the description bar below. Oh, wow. You can see how high it goes up. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. So, I'm under Paris right now, right? Wow. This is so interesting. I'm interested to see what makes people, come here, because this is so interesting to experience. After about an hour of tight spaces and hundreds of turns leaving me with no idea where I was, Leo led me into one of the famous cataphile parties. Oh, I was gonna say I can hear music, but I thought it was from the road up above. I can hear like a lot of bass music. Oh wow. I'm gonna put the camera on my face so I'm not filming anyone. Yeah. We've got to the party.
It's you for the sacrifice.
Yeah, oh, the sacrifice. Don't say that. No. Bonjour. For the first part of the party, I met and mingled with many of the Cataphiles, and in an effort to be respectful and in hopes to be accepted by these people, I did so with the camera off. I'm very cautious of filming people because I know that a lot of the people aren't that comfortable being on camera. So I've been talking to people, I've been chatting to them. I haven't filmed yet, but I am excited to, I think a few people have accepted to be chatted to on camera. So one person has a name down here and a different name up on the surface. So yeah, very interesting. I don't know if it's surprising given all that I've learned about the Cataphiles from people in the know, but I felt really welcomed and accepted down here. And at this point, many of the Cataphiles started opening up to me.
What makes you come down from the society up on the surface?
La première chose, la convivialité qu'on n'a pas en surface.
Friendliness that you have before.
Oh, really?
You can discuss with everyone, you can sit with everyone and eat, and about when you have to take in the park, or it's not the same.
How long have you been coming down here?
23 years.
23 years. Would you prefer to be underground or on the surface?
Ben, là, c'est ma deuxième vie.
Down here?
J'ai eu une vie en surface avec ma chienne. Et ma deuxième vie, c'est les carrières.
And his second life is down there.
Oh, down here. Underground.
When he doesn't work, he's here every night.
Every night?
Yeah, every evening. But he has a dog up here, so he takes care of her.
And then comes back down.
I'm going here since 87. Wow. So yes, I'm rather old person compared to everybody because it's a huge community the underground under Paris. It's a taste of adventure because we used to cross all over the galleries and we don't know what kind of people we're going to meet. Maybe it's a way to change, to switch or the surface. No more town, no more cars, no more like sound, the kind of identity because everybody want to be how they are in fact, because in surface sometimes it's difficult, show what you are really. So you can you can come here and be what you want to be. It's like we are truly yourself down there. Outside it's like we're wearing a mask and we be someone different, out there, down there, you can be yourself. You can be what you want to see. You can, and that's the things that I like.
It seems like you can come here to be who you want to be, or rather, who you truly are, without judgment. For many of these cataphiles, this is a place of solidarity, a way to escape from life and chaos on the surface.
Down here, it's different. There is no judgment. People are friendly most of the time.
Yeah, very friendly to me.
You are just here and yourself. I know a lot of people will don't understand that and will think that's weird.
A majority of them deeply care about this place, many of which come down to work on rebuilding or maintaining rooms, such as this man who spent a month rebuilding this wall of stones and creating a seating area.
How long did it take you?
A month.
A month? So you can see that they've made this whole seat and this whole table and everything, and look at all these individual stone all put together. Crazy. Oh, cool.
Why do you want to come here?
I wanted to see the people who want to come here, your thoughts and why you want to be here.
Okay.
That's why I want to come here.
Yes.
I was escorted around the maze of tunnels by some new friends to show me other interesting and restored rooms like this one.
Oh!
It's an old room.
Oh, wow. Wow, there's a big table.
As well as some unique art created by the Cataphiles.
Oh, whoa! What is that? So who made this?
Cataphiles.
Really?
After being down here now for hours, exploring the complex webs of tunnels that make up the forbidden catacombs, I'm reminded why this is not a place you should ever come and explore yourself.
If you want to come down, you must come alone. The gallery is black. You got the stones, old, and the ceiling, is changed every time. So it's really risky. You have to come with some somebody who knows the place. I do not advise you to come alone because you can lost yourself.
Having so much fun and feeling so accepted, I noticed the time was getting closer to 3 in the morning. After 9 hours and so many new friends, it was time to make the ascent back to the surface, back to normal life. As I climb back up into the streets of Paris, I feel a mixture of sadness and content. I really did feel total acceptance from a group of people who would spend much of their time on higher ground feeling judged by others.
And when met with an outsider, they didn't judge me, even if they had every right to. Look, I've been all over the world, and everywhere I've gone, I've approached each situation with the same mantra of treating others how you would like to be treated, regardless of race, religion, beliefs, or in this case, not being the person that society might want you to conform to. Maybe that's the answer here. The answer to my question of why do people do this? In a world where we're all just making it to the end of each day, treading water, wondering what's happening next, it's important to realize that the person who is sitting next to you on the bus is living life for the very first time, just like you and me. There's no instruction manual for that. But if there was, I think the first chapter could be to be a little bit more like the Cataphiles of Paris. Enjoy yourself, be yourself, and encourage those around you to be the truest, most authentic versions of themselves.